I'm here with my cousin and former federal prosecutor, Carolyn, to talk about this news ABC broke last night, getting a leak from the White House that Ghislaine Maxwell, according to this story, said that Trump did nothing in her presence that would have caused concern. That language right there, put your lawyer eyes on that one, Carolyn. What is that? That's a bit of a qualification, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's very vague. She Ghislaine may have some knowledge that he did something, but he did nothing in her presence, which is not surprising that he would not have committed criminal acts in her presence. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have some knowledge of what he might have done, whether it came from someone else, perhaps, she was told by someone else, which of course would be hearsay, but she may well have some knowledge about other things he did, but he didn't do anything in her presence. So it very much of a qualifying statement that renders her statements pretty useless. And
see, and you look here at what they're going for is this headline. Maxwell told DOJ Trump never did anything concerning. And of course, that's where they want to stop it. The around her part, they want to kind of shove aside. So what's happening here, it seems to me, is they're taking a piece of something that she said and leaking it to push a certain narrative. And so far, not releasing the actual transcripts, which they have supposedly even in audio form.
Have they said that? Have they said that it was recorded?
In the stories, it's been said that they have it, but I agree, they've never said that. No official has ever said
vague. That. Yeah, was there a recording, or was there a reporter there who actually transcribed it? We don't know. We don't know which it was, or if anything happened. In the typical proffer, and they have called this a proffer. In the typical proffer.
Now, what is a proffer?
A proffer is generally where someone who has been involved in criminal activity and hopes to get a deal with the government will come in with their attorney, talk to the prosecutor, and a law enforcement agent who has been involved in the investigation of the matter. And they will sit down and they will talk. The purpose of it is for the person who is either already under indictment or under investigation, who wants to make a deal, can tell the government what they have to offer, what evidence they have that would help the government.
But this interview may have nothing to do with any plans, any idea of any prosecutions of anyone. This could have been an interview for an entirely separate purpose.
It could have been. We do not know. We do not know whether, because in actuality, if it were the standard proffer where the person is saying, I can do this to help you, this is the information I could give you, Maxwell is pretty useless as a witness, because of the fact that she did in a deposition when she was sued civilly by some of the victims in the case. She said that she had nothing to do with anything, and that would have been under oath. The deposition is going to be under oath. She said she had nothing to do with anything that Epstein did. So, but yet the jury in New York did find her guilty. So they obviously believe that she did have something to do with it. And of course, the witnesses, the victims in that case testified that she did. So any testimony from her would really be pretty useless. She is so impeachable. She would be ripped to shreds by other defense attorneys who might represent somebody she was testifying against. So I can't imagine the government would ever plan to use her as a witness in another case. It would just be ludicrous.
So They just wanted to know what she was going to say about Trump.
Correct.
I mean,
yes.
and I think that's almost proven by the fact of how they've handled what they've told us through a leak about the meeting. Is the only thing they've told us is she said Trump didn't do anything wrong. I mean, so to me,
Well,
that
no,
shows
she said Trump didn't do anything in
her presence, but that's what
Her
they're trying to portray it as broader than that. But yeah, that's all she said, in her presence. But I mean, the fact that that's their main takeaway from the meeting shows me that was the purpose of the meeting, just to find out what she was going to say about Trump.
Correct.
Now, earlier today, I talked to my robot AI lawyer, Marcus Vail, about the whole issue of immunity if they gave it to her. And he said that even if they gave her immunity in that conversation, she still wouldn't be protected from perjury if she lied to him in that interview.
Generally, it depends on what they told her. And it depends on whether she was under oath. And we don't know any of that. We don't know any of those answers.
So I mean, to round this all out, I mean, there are two tracks here. There's a legal track and a political track. And, I don't know that this is even on a legal track toward, pursuing any prosecutions of other people, or I think this is purely a political track to establish that the president did nothing wrong and the story should go away.
Well, it's certainly not on a legal track in the traditional sense and the way it would ordinarily be handled. No.
But first of all, does the deputy attorney general, is it normal for him to just interview a witness like this?
No, I've never heard of it. Never.
And why is that? Because that's more of an administrative position. He actually runs the department.
He does. It's generally called the DAG, DAG, for Deputy Attorney General. The DAG is generally the person who is running day-to-day operations.
And finally, you mentioned the victims. I mean, they're the ones that kind of get lost in all this.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have been absolutely lost in this whole mess, and they are being victimized again by what is happening now, and I think that's a tragedy.
And Alan Dershowitz, I had a clip of him yesterday for a video. He argues that she is serving his sentence, that she took the fall for Jeffrey Epstein because they couldn't go after him after he committed suicide, and for that reason she shouldn't be in jail.
Well, I would disagree vehemently with that. It is not uncommon that a person is involved in a case because someone else brought them into it. That happens frequently. Drug cases, it happen quite a bit. There might be a person who initially gets involved and then brings other people in. But she willingly participated. All of the evidence shows that she willingly participated, that she solicited these women. Maybe she wouldn't have ever done it if she hadn't known Epstein, but she did, and she willingly joined into the conspiracy. And for that, she is serving 20 years.